Maido Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about fake presenting. Present or master shimashou. This is the fourth year of the Presentations Japan series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku here in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released shortly. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 232, and we are talking about when to fake it when presenting. It makes sense to be authentic when presenting because this is the easiest state to maintain. As someone wise once noted, if you're going to be a liar, you need a stupendous memory to keep up with who you told what. Presenting is something similar. Maintaining a fiction in front of an audience takes a lot of skill. In fact, if you have that much skill, why worry about faking it in the first place? Well, there is a place for fakery when presenting, but we need to know when is appropriate. We know that the way we think about things influences how well we do. Imposter syndrome is a common state of mind, though amongst people across a broad range of situations. You might write a blog and put it up on your website, or waffle away on Clubhouse, or pontificate to an audience live or online. But who are you to talk about this subject? Are you saying anything worthwhile or just regurgitating what far cleverer people have already said? Do you really know this subject? Is your experience valuable or even relevant to others? Are you really qualified to give advice to people running far bigger organizations than your own? Looking over that list can be enough to scare you off emerging from the deep depths of your comfort zone ever again. So, we have to create a positive mindset that, yes, we have every right to address this subject area even if we feel a fake when compared to other more famous or clever people. The funny thing is, they suffer the same imposter syndrome too, relative to their illustrious peers. Academics, for example, are generally a put-upon group because they have to publish their research to get ahead in their careers. When they publish it, they are now exposing the weaknesses of their intellectual process, their inadequate research ability, or their dubious writing skills to the entire expert community in their area of defined speciality. Confidence warrants confidence. If we sound and look confident, most people are likely to ignore the emperor has no clothes and is not perfect. They will be carried away with our enthusiasm for our subject, with our passionate belief in our findings and our commitment to share the knowledge. The problems crop up when we become nervous speaking in front of others. Normally, we are quite even-keeled and confident. But with all of those beady sets of eyes drilling holes into us, we start to wobble. Suddenly, our imposter syndrome fears come flooding forth, and soon our usual cool, calm, collected facade is torn to shreds as we're exposed as a self-doubting, insecure fake. Find out more. We come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Now, today's show is sponsored by, from our selling series on the 12th of May, we will be doing cross and upselling. On the 14th of May, we'll be doing leading and managing in our professional leadership series. On the 18th of May, we'll be doing time management. On the 21st of May, we'll be doing, in our professional leadership series, developing subordinates. And on the 28th of May, we'll do, in that same series, communicating with different personality styles. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. And you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. You can buy best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Now, how would the audience know we are a fake? Well, we very helpfully tell them by saying daft things like, I'm rather nervous today, or I'm not very good at presenting, or I didn't have much time to put this presentation together. I'm afraid it won't be very good. And any other of the motley collection of dubious, sympathy-seeking, self-serving cop-out proclamations. Do us all a favour and keep all of this imposter syndrome stuff to yourself. Here is a secret. We all want you to succeed. If you are nervous presenting, then fake it such that you appear at least normal, rather than being reduced to a quivering tower of jelly on stage. If your knees are knocking from the nerves, then stand behind the podium until you feel more comfortable to walk around. If your hands are shaking and you have to hold a microphone, use both hands and draw it onto your chest so that your body secures the erratically jiggling instrument. If your throat is parched, then have warm, room temperature rather than iced water close by and drink it when you need it. The iced water constricts your throat and you don't want that, so forego the usual venue-offered beverage and request the no ice alternative. If you begin to speak, instead of a mellifluent note, out pops a constrained, awkward, embarrassing squeak, then clear your throat and try again. If you stumble, on the pronunciation of a word. Try again. If you get the speech points order mixed up or miss one, then fake it and keep going, offering not a hint of anything untoward occurring. If you act enthusiastically, you'll be enthusiastic. If you act confidently, you'll become confident. Yes, you might be nervous, but as Winston Churchill said, if you're going through hell, keep going. That is the point. No matter what happens, the show must go on, and that means you must keep going. If it is a disaster, then dust yourself off and climb back in the saddle. As the Japanese saying goes, nanakorobi ya oki. Fall down 7 times, get up 8 times. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today, use it, and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.